Andy Reid joins Carmen and Jurko on ESPN Chicago. I know you guys have still one big game you got to go win, but congrats on being AFC champs again, Coach, and thanks for joining us.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on. Jurko, it's always good, man.
Andy, Coach Reid, how are you? It's a rainy, miserable day here. It's almost a perfect day for football. It's great to have you on board.
It is.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah.
I mean, does this never gets old, obviously, for you guys? This is what you live for. I mean, here you go again. You've got a chance at history. No teams in the Super Bowl era, no team has ever ripped off 3 in a row. Do you guys try to put that, out of your mind and just prepare for the game? But I feel like some of it's got to kind of linger over what's going on here as you've been on this mission to win another one.
You know, Jurko, I haven't heard anybody mention it. It's other than the media has mentioned it to me, but we never talk about it. And, it's probably better off that way because you can kind of focus in on the game at hand. And, you got to do anything, you got to play well. And that's what the guys have really stayed good with, is trying to make sure we get better every week.
I don't know how much you guys sense this either, but we hear a lot that, I'm sick of the Chiefs. I'm Chiefsed out. You know how good you have to be year in and year out when people start to all of a sudden sort of look at you as the villain?
Yeah. As a coach, you're stuck in the building, so I don't get any of that. I don't go anywhere. So I don't hear it. I don't listen during the season. I don't listen to radio. I don't listen to TV. I just kind of go forward. But I hear you, and I know how it goes. I've been on teams that were good, and then I've seen that, and I've seen it with other teams that are good, where people don't like them. But we just we have to just take care of business on our end.
Coach, sometimes you just get blessed with a quarterback, and Patrick Mahomes has been absolutely fantastic over his career. Statistically, not as impressive a year on paper, but I would argue, why would people consider this maybe his best year that he's ever had as a quarterback, even though the numbers aren't there?
Yeah, well, the thing you saw, and you know this because you played for a long time and you get it. So he did it with new pieces or missing pieces, and that's kind of a sign of somebody that has it under control. So he spent time helping teach these guys, and then led the other guys to believe we could still win when needed. So my hat goes off to him for how he handles himself, and I thought he had a great year. He's a great player. So, and then he made plays when they counted. When we asked him to have to throw the ball, he threw the ball. When we ran the ball, whether it was the RPO game or just getting us into a good situation with the front and the coverage, he was able to put us in that to run the ball.
Who's it more difficult on, the players or the coaches, when you have those missing pieces and those learning pieces?
Yeah, I don't get too hung up on that. I've kind of had it ingrained in my head that the next guy comes in and you move on, and we've tried to keep that real, and it's worked out good for us. So guys have stepped in and then you try to take and utilize the player's strengths. All these guys are the best in the world, so you try to put them in a position where you're utilizing their strengths, and then you can kind of work on whatever their weaknesses are. You can help coach them up on that and teach them.
Andy Reid's our guest. It's Carmen and Jurko on ESPN Chicago. I remember you came on with us after, I want to say it was maybe after 2018. Maybe it was after the first one you guys won in 2019. But it was early on in this run, and you were talking to us about Mahomes, and you told us after that first year, he goes out, he wins MVP, throws 50 touchdown passes, and you said, guys, he doesn't even really know what he's looking at yet. You said, just wait. You're like, just wait. You kind of, I don't know that anybody could have ever envisioned this, Coach, but has he gotten to the point where he has such a mastery of the offense and such a mastery of the defense where, of course, it's never in cruise control. I get the work that goes in, but are you as comfortable as ever just believing that he's going to go out and execute your offense exactly the way it needs to be executed?
Yeah, I've got a ton of confidence in him that he'll do that. And if not, he'll figure it out when he gets over to the sideline. He's got accurate eyes, so it's one thing when a player comes over and tells you something completely different when you ask them, hey, what did you see? And they tell you something completely different than you saw. When he comes over, he can accurately tell you what he saw. So he doesn't make a lot of mistakes twice if he makes any. So you start with that, and he's a smart kid on top of that, so he doesn't mind adjustments during games as needed. But he's seen about everything. I'm sure there's things that these great defensive coordinators, like we're playing here, that they can come up with to make it a little bit different. And then you just got to figure it out.
Coach, Philadelphia is more than Saquon Barkley, but he's having himself a year. He's having himself one of those years. How do you go about the business with this defense of trying to go ahead and just stop him a smidge?
Yeah, Jurko, he's a beast, man. He's got great balance and speed, and then he's a smart kid, so he kind of gets the blocking schemes up front. So you got to be accurate. I mean, you got to be accurate on the front line. You got to make sure you maintain your gaps, but still get pushback. And then when you have an opportunity to tackle them, either from a linebacker, secondary level, or that level one line level, then you better wrap up and keep your eyes up and drive through the tackle, and not just catch them.
I know you don't want to ever lose him, but do you wonder why Steve Spagnuolo doesn't maybe get a little bit more consideration during these hiring cycles when there's so much turnover every year for head coaches in the league?
Yeah, look, I'm his biggest fan, so I think he's tremendous. I think he'd be a great head coach. It's just how things work sometimes. Sometimes it's the length of your season and what they want to get done before all the other coaches are going. Whatever it is, I'm not sure what the owners think on that, but it's their prerogative and their plan to put in place who they want. So as long as they're not taking them, I'm glad to keep him.
I'm sure.
Does Kelce plan on playing forever?
I don't know that. He sure can make he's got a good gig if he retires. So I know that, and but I know he loves playing. So I don't know how much longer he's got. I mean, what he wants to do there. But I enjoy him every day. I got him. He's a good person.
He still has it looks like, too, Coach. Like, even last year, it felt like maybe it was slipping, and then he had an unbelievable playoffs and another great year this year. Like, he looks like he still has it at 35.
No, he does. Just keep putting out there that he stinks. And then, I tell the media that. Just keep putting it out there because that revs him up, gets his Irish blood going. So he does a heck of a job, though, and he doesn't want to come out of practice. He doesn't want to come out of games. He wants to play every play. He practices like a maniac every day, and it's great for these young guys or new guys coming in. They're going, oh, my God, this guy's almost 60 years old, and he's out here running around like this. It's incredible. So he does a great job.
Speaking about age, I'm getting up there. I know I feel it every day. If you do win 3 in a row, any thoughts about heading down to the Caribbean and getting some boat drinks and just saying the hell with it all?
Well, if I knew I had a job with you guys, I might do it. But I know I'm not a candidate for that. So I'm going to keep doing this and working at it and see if we can't get better. But I enjoy doing what I'm doing, Jurko.
I know you do.
So.
I know you do.
Yeah.
You look like you have a ball on the sidelines every single week, finding ways to win games, whether it's by 2, 3, 5, 10, 15. It doesn't make a difference. Can you give us a little bit of insight on maybe we're going to see a special Andy Reid commercial during the Super Bowl? Were you filming any more Fumble-Rooskies, anything like that?
Listen, I don't film. I don't do anything during the season other than do my coaching. So I don't know what's out there. We'll have to see what shows up. There might be something you can eat. That's a possibility. But then there's also some other things. Yeah, you never know,
Coach.
You never know.
You never know. I like the tease. Don't actually give us the play. But if there's a trick play in the Super Bowl, can you guys just call it the Taylor Swift or something? Do you have the Taylor play in the bag?
Sure. Run with it. We're playing a team that has pretty good trick plays too, so we gotta be on our A game.
That's a good point. All right, listen, we're gonna pin you down. If you're gonna go out and get another Super Bowl win, and then come on with us one more time just to celebrate. All right.
Yeah, listen, I can't make any promises there, but we're on now. Take full advantage of it.
All right, Coach.
You're the man. Thanks so much.
Best
Good
of
luck.
luck.
Safe
Best of
travels.
luck.
Best of luck. All right. Good luck.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks.
See you,
Jurko,
Coach.
love you, baby. Yep.
See you,
Bye-bye.
Coach.
Love
There's
you,
Andy
Andy.
Reid. He loves you.
Oh, yeah. We had a good time together up there. Yeah, he's only 8 years older than I am.
He doesn't
So
sound like
he's a young coach. Gruden was a young coach. You know, you had a couple of young coaches. Mooch was young.
he was like early
All those
30s
guys
when
were,
you were there.
Yeah, they were all young. I was 24 when they got 25 maybe when they got there.
He doesn't sound like a guy ready to hang it up anytime soon.
No. Listen. The possibility if he sticks around and he coaches until he's 73, the way Pete Carroll and Belichick and all these guys did, Patrick Mahomes is not going anywhere. They win double-digit victories every year. I don't know where. Say he coaches 7 more years, Carm. I don't know if I average only 10 victories a year, what 70 wins puts him at. And I'm being
I'm gonna look
conservative.
here.
I'm
Yeah,
being
hold on.
conservative. 10 and 7s is all I'm asking for. Where do 70 victories put Andy Reid?
He's
I mean, he's up there. I think it's like 270 right now.
so I don't know if this is.
It'll say so on the
He's
bottom.
at 273 right now.
That's
Thank
regular season only, right, Chris?
I
270
Yeah, it is.
victories.
That's regular season. Okay, so he's at 273.
Yeah, and then he'd be knocking on Shula's record, right?
Shula's record is 328.
Yeah.
So if you said, give me the math again. You said if he
I said
coaches another
7 years at 10 and
let's say 70 games.
yeah, 70 games.
Yeah.
Where does that put him?
He'd
340 something.
Yeah, he'd be in the he'd fly by it.
I'm being conservative at 10, right? 10 and
the
7.
way it's gone,
Right, but I'm being conservative at 10 and 7.
I mean, even if they win 8 a year,
yeah,
he's going to
He's
get
gonna
it.
get it.
56, yeah. So, you know, not that Andy's that type of person. Andy's not that type of person. But why would I go anywhere?
I don't know why you'd
Who
go
would be
anywhere.
asking him to go anywhere?
Nobody, of course. I don't know why you'd go anywhere while you've got 15, in the middle of his prime still for a good, like you said, let's just say a good another 5 to 7 years.
Well, he also doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would tell everybody before the season starts, right? Yurko, you know him best.
No, he's going to mosey off into the sunshine.
Like, if he, would you be surprised? Let's say he was thinking about it, like a week or two after the Super Bowl, you just find out that he's retiring and that's it?
That's it.
Carm, to answer your question, he is 3 playoff wins behind Belichick.
He's 3 behind Belichick.
Belichick is at 31. Andy Reid's at 28.
Yeah.
He's only 3 behind Belichick, you
Yep.
guys. Like, think about that. You're listening to WMVP Chicago AM 1000. It's Carmen and